I'm Terina Lee. Welcome to MGig. On this show, we'll talk to Cara Williams from Slow Clap, George and Luca from the band Sapphire Street. We'll chat to Matt Ryan and he'll give us the latest on Munster Times. But first, Suzi Dhol and Marky from Alex Rocks. Got Mark and Suzi on the show today. A bit of a crossover episode. How you guys going?
Hello.
Hi, very well. Thanks, Terina.
Thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having us.
Always a pleasure. So obviously you guys have been involved in the music industry, or a lot in St Kilda especially, for a while now. You've got Mercy Kills. You both worked as band bookers. You're an advocate for supporting a lot of the live music here in St Kilda as well, Suzi. And now we've got Alex Rocks. So how's the show going?
It's been an interesting journey. 2020 is bizarre, to say the least. I don't think I ever expected to be front of stage. Obviously, Mark's been a front man for a long time.
Very different animal, though, in front of the cameras, isn't it?
It is very different.
In the studio, but...
Yeah. I've always been backstage, organising things, so, yeah, it's a big step to the left for me, and a big step to the right for you.
Look, I think it's... And this show, you ask about Alex Rocks, I don't think... I mean, we dreamt of, you know, TV shows or even on online show, you know, these sort of things happening, you know, really needed to happen, and I don't think it would have happened if
we didn't have,
you know, or certainly not as fast as it's happened, you know, out of necessity and the opportunity to do it out of the Alex Theatre. It came at the right time, and it's been going really well.
Yeah. Because I think we both grew up on Countdown, Sound, you know, that sort of
thing.
When
there were TV shows, you know, Countdown Revolution. There was there were numerous.
And that's how we found out about our music, isn't it?
That's a lot of that's right. Yeah, you know, Australian music was represented strongly, you know, in the 70s and the 80s and the 90s, and so that's been missing, you know, and so I guess something like this is great, you know. Really, really, really cool. So
we're really proud to showcase both, you know, the heritage acts as well as the up and coming and, you know, acts that have been around for a long time. Sorry, shook hat. But, you know, all new coming acts, just how great Oz Rock is.
Yeah, because obviously with the pandemic we weren't able to promote a lot of live music in the area, so this is definitely a great outlet for you.
Yeah, it came along at a time where, well, I think that's how it happened, wasn't it? You know, it was the theatre was offered because you suddenly couldn't play anywhere. No. What do you do? So they held out a hand and said, "Well, can we help?" And there's a lot of things going on here, you know, isn't there? There's writing workshops, there's theatre groups, there's all sorts of cool stuff happening. It's a real creative hub. But yes, to have an MGig and Alex Rocks, it can only be good for Australian music.
That's it.
You know?
Yep. Thank you, Alex. Alex Theatre.
Yes, Alex Theatre.
Also now, obviously, with restrictions easing, live music is sort of slowly coming back, but we're having some of the issues that were happening prior to the pandemic have started to pop back up now with restrictions on top. I've heard about some of the venues now are having noise-related issues again.
There's been a deafening silence for so long.
Yeah.
And people got used to silence. Yeah. And now, all of a sudden, they're hearing noise again, what they consider noise, but what we consider music. And so, yeah, coming out of the situation that we've been in is going to be different because, you know, I live in the heart of St Kilda, literally, and the winter was a deafeningly silent winter. So, of course, I understand residents and venues are going to have, you know, a bit of to and fro to get back to status quo, so to speak. But
a bit nervous about how they navigate that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'll be here to advocate for that.
Yeah, as always, like you have been for so long. Also, I want to talk about your social cat there. You want to give us a little introduction here? I don't think we had an introduction yet.
Social cat came along. We had Jay Townsend was one of our team members, and the social club stole her away from me. And so Social Cat has come in, and he represents every week, but what he does is he keeps social distance between people. And he's a lovely reminder of one of our fond team members.
Welcome, Social Cat.
Yeah.
And what's in the future for Alex Rocks?
Well, look, initially the idea was to have live bands playing. We started off with a pilot, with a full live band. That just, the whole thing was knocked on the head, obviously, when the heavy restrictions came in. We're now looking at being able to move into, the new year with actually, having live bands in. We've only just finished, we've come out of a Zoom interview type environment into now getting people, like we can
Physically
actually
in the
we can
studio.
actually talk to each other. We're
Yeah.
actually in the theatre. So we want to be doing that, getting bands in. Initially, just maybe live vocal, mimed band. Initially, a token audience of maybe as many as we're allowed.
Yep.
20 people, 30 people, but then ultimately moving on to full ticketed shows. That's what we're hoping
where
for.
we're heading.
So maybe hopefully by mid-year we'll be able to start doing things like that, where we can utilise the theatre and actually put on proper shows. And look, that's. And as well, sort of we're promoting new releases, videos, having interviews, a full show. That's where I can see it going into next year with Alex Rocks.
And I think we're in a great situation. Well, not a great, but we're in the situation that we've been put in to be put into a positive light.
Yeah.
We won't be having as many international bands touring. So this is our chance to really showcase Australian rock.
Yeah.
And the fact that we have international quality rock available for you every day of the week if you want. And that we just haven't had that chance to showcase. So we're hoping some of the bigger venues and stadiums and things like that will be able to really push Australian rock
Some
forward.
Australian artists out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's amazing. I can't wait to see Alex Rocks grow and get to that point.
Yeah. So there's our silver cloud.
Yeah. It's our
There's
positive.
always got to be a silver cloud.
There's got to be a silver cloud.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining me, guys.
Thanks, Terina.
Thank you, Terina.
Obviously, I want to start with who Sapphire Street are, who's involved, what's the sound.
Yeah, it's us two.
It's just us. Yeah,
It's just us
Yeah.
just these two.
So we used to play in school, had a couple bands throughout that time, and like 5 years on, here we are, still playing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
5 or
Which is
6.
nice.
However many.
Yeah, so I mean, throughout COVID, it's just been us two, kind of, no gigs, so I've just been working on a new album, which we've got together now.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
out today. If this is
Awesome. Well, this will probably be a week after
Okay.
it's been
Last
released.
week.
Okay.
Last week.
Yeah.
But people can still check it out,
Yeah.
So when did Sapphire Street start, and what is the sound you guys make?
2017.
Yeah, 2017. And we started off as like psych rock. Our first album was very much like moshing
It
psych
was like,
rock.
yeah, homage to like classic, more rock sort of.
And now we've drifted towards like experimental art rock. If that's a thing.
I don't even know what to call it really. It's
yeah.
just like groovy Sapphire Street, I guess.
Yeah, something
Yeah.
to dance to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
collection of songs with our sound, I guess.
Yeah, awesome. And obviously, do you want to tell me a little bit about who does what in the band as well, just so we know?
It's like 95% him, and then I play the drums.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Sick beats.
the drums are important. You
They
keep the beat. Cool. So you guys you're releasing a new album today. well, last week we'll say, because this will come out in a week or so. Tell us a little bit about the album.
All the songs are quite different, and it was in relation to how everyone dealt with COVID was very much just patched together, like just fix it and keep going.
Yeah.
That very much the album was like a bunch of crazy songs that we just patched together, and it's worked.
It's like one of those quilts, you know?
Yeah, where it's like little
it's all
bits
been-
of everything. Yeah, that makes sense.
The different story in each frame kind of thing.
Yeah, it tells a different story, but collectively one, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's one big weird story.
Yeah. It's been a weird year, so
Yeah.
The weirdest of mine so far,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah.
I think everyone can agree on that. And with marketing the album, you guys, George, you run an independent label as well called Groove Cult, which Sapphire Street marketed from, and a few other bands, Lemon Days.
Honey
Lemon
Hunter.
Day.
Honey Hunter.
Oh, Honey Hunter, there we go.
We missed that band T-shirt thing day that happened.
Oh, yeah, that was
Yeah.
This is
music
making up for
t-shirt
it.
day.
Wearing this in spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, thank you. So Sapphire Street's album Patchwork comes out 27th of November. Awesome. What else is in the future for the band? Hopefully get out, play some live gigs soon.
Oh, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been itching to just like be on a stage.
Yeah.
It's just,
I'm nervous though as well.
Yeah.
Like it's been that long.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just going to be
It's
like
like
riding a
brand new
bike
again.
though. It'd be 5
Yeah.
minutes of like, oh my God, and then it's like completely fine.
Back to
And
it.
just-
Once you're in there, yeah.
Yeah. Future plans? Like, I mean, the thing just came out. We haven't even
Another
written anything.
album.
Another album. Yeah,
Another
probably.
album.
Yeah.
Just like smash it out. Yeah.
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 Yeah,
Not
we,
sad,
we've been like talking of like moving into whatever genres we can, because like
We started
why not?
we started like an actual dance band. So we're doing like
Oh, okay,
throwbacks
cool.
to like funk and disco, but that's
Yeah.
like a different. That's like a
Different
that's its own
project?
thing with like a different. There's a few people from like.
Oh, from Honey. No.
Is there anyone from Honey?
Oh, Ivy Street.
Oh yeah, Ivy Street. Yeah, there's one guy
the
from Ivy Street.
Sierras, that kind of.
Ivy Stripe.
Yeah.
I didn't-
Yeah.
It's not Ivy Stripe. It's Ivy Street. So yeah, that'd be fun. That's like a different. That's a future plan, but not Sapphire Street related. Well, I mean, we're both in it, so
Yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah.
just the jamming with other people that I'm excited about, to be honest. Like, coming out of COVID, being able to actually jam with other people,
Interact with them.
so good.
because it's just us, and he's amazing, but like you get sick of each other, you know, kind of.
Yeah.
Like the only
Yeah.
creative person is like you or me, and it's like yeah. So
Yeah,
it's nice to have other,
a broader dynamic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Changes the sound too when you
more ears as well, like more people listening to what you've got. So
Yeah.
you get a better like.
feedback from them as well. Yeah. Instead of it just being like you two locked in a room. Like,
Yeah.
Like, is it good?
It's like, no, that's great.
Yeah.
I wish we were that confident. Yeah, no.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, how can people find the album? And also, I guess we should do a plug for Groove Cult, because we can always keep up to date with what Sapphire Street's doing, and Honey Hunter, and a whole bunch of other awesome local bands through your site.
Instagram. We do a
Yeah.
lot of like,
Yeah.
especially for Sapphire. We've been good with like keeping up with posting recently, which is the toughest thing. Like
Yeah.
being yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the album's up on Bandcamp,
Yep.
and I don't know, Spotify, Tidal. I've been getting to Tidal, it's so good. Just a small Jay-Z plug there.
Yeah.
And then
Hey, Jay-Z,
pretty much everything, I think.
Sign us.
please. Yeah. Yeah, just anything that you could normally stream your music on, I guess.
Yeah. Are you guys obviously, you want to be having some physical copies as well, printed eventually?
Yeah.
Maybe once Gig's back,
Yeah.
then maybe we could do like a vinyl launch.
Be able to afford
That'd
because
be so
vinyl.
fun.
There's no like. It's so tough like to make any money on vinyl. 'Cause
Yeah.
It costs so much to press them nowadays. So, like,
But
especially with a limited release, but it'd be cool.
it'd be cool.
It'd be super
Can you
cool.
go cassettes?
Yeah. Oh,
Does anyone
no.
even have a cassette player anymore?
I mean,
Do you
I
have
do.
one?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
We'll make a cassette just for you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I
Patchwork
appreciate that.
Terina's version.
That's what we had. We didn't have records. We had cassettes when I
Yeah.
was a kid. And I remember record something on the radio, and that was your little mix, your little Walkman.
Yeah. Just like,
Thanks for joining me, guys.
no worries. Thanks for
Oh,
having us.
good.
It's been a pleasure. Clap develop multifaceted marketing and promotional campaigns. With their vast network of contacts, which include content creation, video production, copywriting and asset management, Cara Williams is the founder of Slow Clap and has a wealth of experience in the music business with organisations such as the Mushroom Group, Beat Magazine, Fairfax and Gasworks Arts Park. Tony Bové spoke to her earlier.
Hi Cara, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Slow Clap, which you're the founder of, basically the director of the business, you offer a whole range of services that assist musicians, whether it be solo artists, bands, small performances, up to festivals, events.
Mm-hmm.
The whole lot?
The whole lot, yeah. And, and I think that I have the experience to be able to talk to these people because I've worked with musicians for such a long time. And I've worked at festivals for a really long time. And, and having an opportunity to work in both an editorial capacity and in a PR marketing capacity, I've been able to see things from both sides of the fence and understand how the two work together.
Yeah. I mean, probably your experience you've done advertising shoots as well. So once you get into the commercial media aspects of things, it pretty much can apply to any product. But the visual arts, especially, and performing arts, there's no reason why that it wouldn't apply even more detail because of things like licensing agreements and copyright protection. For a new artist, really who's making the decision to make it their life passion and take that road and path, where can they can get this advice probably online, but I mean, it's the real hand advice because they've got to be able to protect their work. So that's why services like Slow Clap, you're a one-stop shop in a way.
Yeah, and, and there's no way that we know all the answers to everything. If we did, we'd probably, I guess, be doing a lot more work. But we certainly know quite a bit and enough to share with new and emerging artists specifically because, we're all green when we start and people need advice and people need to share their knowledge.
Sure, when people are going to be able to start touring again, like large bands and large productions, have you got any idea what's going on
we're
there?
plotting out some tours at the moment for early 2021, mid 2021. How that will fare, I don't know. My main piece of advice at the moment for the bands that I work with is to understand that this is a changed musical landscape and, be prepared to put on a different show.
Sure.
So we're going to be at a limited capacity and seated, then, a hard punk rock show or something like that might not fit the bill properly.
So work with the current times.
Absolutely.
Be flexible, a bit more innovative. If you've got to make some changes to your performance act, affect it and give it a go. Yeah, no, I see what you mean because it may be a little bit more intimate for the next few months in Melbourne or other states. We'll see what's going on, but
yeah,
good advice.
If you're an artist that has, a strong fan base or an incredible story or, something along those lines, and you are in a seated space, who's to say that you can't, incorporate live music and talking to the crowd, doing a Q&A or something. There's so many different ways that you can unwrap this one.
Well, we mentioned just before how important the marketing is, but now that it's post-COVID, any advice or can you see any actual opportunities or advantages that musos could take advantage of post-COVID to make more of a noise? Because it's all about promotion. We know they've got to work hard, but are there any little sneaky ways you can think of?
I always think, and particularly, I know we're talking post-COVID here, but it was really important to do during COVID as well. Yeah. And that's to maintain relevancy and interaction with your fans throughout the entire time.
One of the most important facets of the business plan is marketing, capital M. If you're not doing that, half the time it's not worth producing a product. So
100%, and it's also about determining what your product is. Is your product just the music that you are creating, or is there more to it? A band that I manage at the moment put so much effort into their physical record release that it gained a lot of attention because they're a very cheeky band, and they pressed little things inside their record. They sold limited edition pressings of it, and they sold out within minutes, and they made a lot of money out of it.
So doing something different with the record or the presentation of the record is unique in itself. So that obviously worked for this band.
Yeah, absolutely. We were really clever in terms of the marketing for this band. So the band's called Private Function, and their brand is that they're rap bags, and so we got in touch. We put a call out for their fans to register their details for pre-sale information. We ended up sending them an email, giving them 1 hour access to the web store before anybody else. So, they could just shop to their heart's content.
Yeah.
And we had a limited edition record that was available. And as you can see, there are vicious looking bags pressed into this record that a lot of people, seem to be very keen on because they sold out in minutes.
Wow.
And it was really great for the band because not only was it incredible, just incredible money, I suppose, to be able to sell that quickly.
Nice.
But there was press. The
coverage.
It went viral.
So they made a few dollars, felt good, and got some free exposure and publicity.
They got tons of exposure and publicity. It went very, very far.
Fine. Okay, good on you. Thanks so much for your time. Good on you, Cara.
Hi, I'm Matt Ryan. I'm the writer, editor, ranter and copier of Munster Times fanzine. Recently we just got issue 32 of this disgraced publication, featuring Dave Faulkner from the Hoodoo Gurus, Ben Blackwell from the Dirt Bombs, L7, Adele Pickavance, Sunday Reads, Damien Cowell and Coffin Wolf. Plus, Rob Griffiths from Little Murders provides a story about the Melbourne punk scene from 1977, and Fred Negro returns with his latest issue of Pub Strip. Out now at Misery Guts, Dog's Bar and Sarah by Johnny's, Strange World Records and Gravel Records.
Hey Matt, so what's going on around town?
There was a few things happening actually. Sarah by Johnny's reopened a few weeks ago and they've had music again. Fred Negro and Dave Mole are back to their Friday night Black Mole's residency. Nice to see Dave up there.
Yeah.
And happy birthday, the great man, turned 60 the other day.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
big 60.
Yeah, so they're back Fridays. Dave and Wazzy played last Sunday, and Sunday before that, Dave Warner played. So it was exciting. And Dog's Bar have been having gigs since things reopened for about 3 weeks now.
Yep, they got in early, didn't they?
They got in early.
Jumped on it.
But coming late to the party is the Tote, who announced gigs. I think opening night might be tomorrow. So
Yeah, they put out a request, I think it was like a couple of days ago or something, for bands that wanted to join their lineup. So
yeah, and Plastic Section and Cha Cha Cha's are playing tomorrow about 4 o'clock, and I think that they announced that at 6 o'clock in the morning. It was just gone already. So
yeah, I imagine they filled up pretty quick once they put that.
yeah, so it's exciting times.
Yeah, it is. Be awesome to get down to the Tote and see a live band again.
Absolutely.
Do you know if they're playing outside though? We're allowed to have people inside now, so we can have live music inside now. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're going to do a few different things. Like I know the Cobra, the room upstairs, they're going to have stuff there, but it's all going to be seated. But yeah, so it'll be outside and inside as well. So
Yeah, seated. That'll be a different experience.
yeah, because Epic Brass is Jack Howard's Epic Brass is playing next month. So inside gig. I'm not sure what the restrictions are with the numbers, but yeah. So
Hopefully by then you can get up and move around, I'd hope.
yeah, well, Jack's gig, you don't want to sit down, so you want to stand up and move. So
That's it. Thanks, Matt. That's all we have for this week. If you want to get in contact with us, send us an email at ideas@studioemedia.com.au. Thanks for watching. See you next time.